Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome back to Comic Talk. I'm Matt Kane. This week I'm going to be talking about the infamous Iron Man. If you missed the last issue, go ahead and click the link to be directed to the last issue. Until then, quick recap. Doctor Doom, one of the worst villains in the Marvel Universe, has decided to become a hero, but not just any hero, Iron Man. He's been going around doing many good deeds, but that's not stopping Maria Hill, director of S.H.I.E.L.D., from sending the Thing after him. At the end of the last issue, we saw the Thing badly beaten when Doom finds him by none other than Doom's mama, who's been dead for quite some time. The issue starts off with the Thing waking up in a hospital fully healed. He explains to director Maria Hill how Doom's mom made all his rocks fall off, and how Doom came and saved his life. Flashback to that moment with Doom not convinced that his mother could be backed, and is clearly not pleased with this imposter. Doom's mom tells him to do a variety of different things just to prove it is her, but he still refuses to believe it. She explains that she has been alive for quite some time and is now appearing because she is proud of him. Ouch. Her reasons are, as Dr. Doom, she was embarrassed of his rage against the world, and even states he could have been Sorcerer Supreme, but now that he's a superhero, it's okay, and she's glad to be his mom again. Mama is about to explain why she never revealed herself to Doom before the Thing blacks out, since this is all from his perspective. It turns out they've been talking in the helicarrier, which has been hanging over Doom's castle. Hill uses the excuse that an agent was attacked to send in S.H.I.E.L.D. to clean up Latveria, and we see General Caradick from last issue being arrested. We jump from here to Cambridge University, where we see Amara Pereira, Tony Stark's former love interest and Doom's, I want to say crush, but this is an older man, so I'm not too sure what to call it. She's getting hassled by S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, and the university even asks her to leave. Doom shows up right after, and promises to fix her life before going into talking about his mother because he's sad. Back to the confrontation, we find out the reason she didn't confront him before was because she loved him. That's logical, right? She teleports out of the castle, leaving Doom to reflect on the events that just occurred. In the end, we see Cynthia Doom looking at her brewing pot, talking to none other than Doom's worst enemy, Reed Richards. So another slow issue where, despite the cliffhanger ending, nothing really happened. Now, before I get into the issue's cliffhanger, I'm going to address some of the parts of the issue I didn't like. For one thing, how is Doom not more pissed that his mother, who was one of the closest, if not most important relationships he had, was still alive? And here she is popping up after all these years saying she's embarrassed of him? Like, what's going on? Okay, he's done some bad things, but he's also braved hell itself for her soul, gotten out of hell twice, saved the entire multiverse from destruction, became a god not once but a couple times, and on top of all of that, he's a master of magic and science. Plus, he took over the kingdom that killed her. You think there would just be a small ounce of pride for any one of those simple acts. If that wasn't enough, there is a small continuity error here when he states he hadn't seen her since he was a young man. Doom's mom died when he was just a child, but that wasn't actually the last time he saw her. In the comic Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom, Triumph and Torment, him and Strange brave hell to win back his mother's soul from Mephisto. Does that not count as recent? Also, check out that comic, it's really good, defines the two doctors' relationships really well. Now about that cliffhanger, many of you already know that this isn't Mr. Fantastic, but for those of you who aren't caught up with this character, this is actually a version of Reed. This version of Reed is known as the Maker, and he's an alternate version of him from Marvel's Ultimate Universe imprint that got sent over to the main universe after Secret Wars. It's a little confusing. A couple facts about this guy is he was actually once a good guy, and led his version of the FF for like 60 issues, I think, but turned into a bad guy after Sue Storm left him. And what a villain this guy was. He destroyed a large portion of Europe and most of Washington, D.C., even killing the president, and that's just some of what he's done. Now, we can't expect anything of that scale to come out of this comic because, unfortunately, that level of destruction is saved for an event when it comes to the Marvel Universe, but it's still going to be a cool match to see these two rivals with their roles switched, and hopefully it won't take 5 issues before we actually see that happen. If you're interested, the next issue of this comic will be on sale March 22nd. If you have any questions about the issue, comments on whether you liked it or not, comics you'd like me to talk about, or even recommendations you can share with the other viewers from other comics, just go ahead and throw them down. Once again, I'm Matt K, and please subscribe and like. I will see you guys next time.